Hi everyone, welcome to the Megaport Tech Live drop-in for this Friday, 6th of June. I'm going to present uh, some details around the Azure ExpressRoute Metro, a new offering for Microsoft Azure ExpressRoute. So we're going to walk through a little bit about ExpressRoute and then cover what ExpressRoute Metro means. And then we're going to do a demo of deploying ExpressRoute Metro. So just a little bit about myself. My name is Mark Austin. I'm a solution architect at Megaport based in Sydney, Australia, and I assist customers with Megaport architecture and design from a pre-sales perspective. So we'll jump into the presentation. So I've got a few slides to walk through before the demo. So just starting with what is ExpressRoute. So ExpressRoute is Microsoft Azure's offering in terms of private cloud on-ramp offering to connect your network, your corporate network, to your Microsoft Azure environment. So Megaport is the connectivity partner in this case that will connect you from a data center or from a virtual appliance that we offer into the Microsoft on-ramp in a number of locations globally. So Megaport is pre-connected to the Microsoft Edge network in a number of locations globally. So they're pre-existing connections, and to deploy the connection, ExpressRoute connection, it is an instant deployment across the Megaport fabric to the Microsoft Edge. So just looking at this diagram here, you can see on the left, you've got the customer's corporate network. You have Partner Edge, which is the Megaport fabric, and the customer will be connecting to the Megaport fabric using a Megaport port in a data center. So Megaport's located in around 950 plus data centers globally, or it'll be a virtual routing function such as the Megaport Cloud Router, or a network or security appliance running on the Megaport Virtual Edge. Extending then into the Microsoft Edge, you can see there when you deploy an ExpressRoute circuit, it consists of two logical connections. One is the primary connection and one is the secondary connection. And they are deployed across separate Microsoft Edge routers so that they are diverse. But looking at this diagram, they are in the same physical data center. So they're on diverse devices, but in the same physical data center. Moving to the right from the Microsoft Edge, using ExpressRoute, you gain access to your Azure environment into your VNets essentially, or virtual LAN. And you can also use ExpressRoute to connect to the Microsoft public network. So there's two types of peering, the blue one being private peering and the red one being Microsoft peering, which will gain you access to public Microsoft routes. And you do need to use public routable IP addressing to gain access to that. So that's a little bit of a high-level overview of what ExpressRoute is. So the key thing there with ExpressRoute, it's a resilient connection. So when you order ExpressRoute, you do get two connections, a primary and a secondary, to the same Microsoft Edge location. So Megaport is connected to ExpressRoute globally. So you can see here, the yellow dots is where the Megaport network connects to the Microsoft ExpressRoute Edge. So looking at APAC, we're in Australia, New Zealand, Singapore, Hong Kong, and Japan. And then the Megaport network in Europe, in a number of different locations in Europe, you can see there connects to the Microsoft Edge network. And when it comes to North America, we're in Canada and North America and also Brazil. So we're connected in those places. So once you are connected to the Megaport network anywhere globally, you can connect through to any of these locations across the Megaport fabric. So just looking at how Microsoft sees resiliency, and they have a few different models. This is not specifically related to the Metro offering, but this is pre-Metro. Before that was released, you had two options. So you could connect to ExpressRoute from your corporate network to one location, so to one ExpressRoute circuit POP, and that would consist of two diverse connections to the Microsoft Edge network. And Microsoft refers to that as just standard resiliency. So the limitations with this is you're connecting to the same physical or geographic location, so you can, be at risk of that location having a network issue, which may take down both connections. So looking at the next model is maximum resiliency. So this is connecting to two different two different ExpressRoute POP locations. So remembering that ExpressRoute consists of two connections. So when you order ExpressRoute circuit, you get two, a primary and a secondary. This model here, you order two ExpressRoute circuits, which consists of four connections. And when we talk about the connections being primary and secondary, they both are equal. You can use them as active-active, and that is the recommended approach from Microsoft, that you use these connections in an active-active manner. So the limitation with this, obviously there's a commercial aspect to this. You have to buy an additional ExpressRoute circuit. You have to run 4 links. Some locations, some Microsoft locations only have one POP. They don't have two within a city. So you have to then build out the second ExpressRoute circuit to another city. So there's some different considerations depending on, this may not be always possible or commercially viable to do this. So, but this is the recommended approach from Microsoft to achieve maximum resiliency. So when we look at the new offering from Microsoft for ExpressRoute, it's called ExpressRoute Metro. So looking at the left, you can see the diagram on the left is standard ExpressRoute. So that's connecting to the using Megaport to connect to the one ExpressRoute POP location. So you have a primary secondary connection, but you're just going to one POP location. With ExpressRoute Metro, what can be achieved with that is to separate out the primary and secondary connection to two different POP locations within a metro. So this example is Amsterdam. So at Amsterdam, they have a POP called Amsterdam, and they have a POP called Amsterdam 2. With the metro capability, you can have the primary going to the Amsterdam location and the secondary going to the Amsterdam 2 location. So that gives you the geographic diversity from an ExpressRoute edge location. And Microsoft refers to this as the high resiliency model. So there's three. There's standard, high resiliency, and maximum resiliency. And each of those have a different SLA applied to them. So in terms of metro locations, you can see here, this is the current list. So it's not available everywhere currently. It is being rolled out by Microsoft to the network, to the global network. But you can see here currently available from a Megaport perspective is where we're located is Amsterdam and Singapore. So as Microsoft rolls this out globally, we will see more and more metro locations become available. So that's just from a high level. I just wanted to touch on what the different models are, what ExpressRoute is, the different types of peering, the capability of having primary and secondary connections. And I'm going to demo how to deploy that in the ExpressRoute, in the Azure console, and also we'll apply the ExpressRoute to Megaport cloud router. So I'm just going to switch over now to the Megaport portal. Okay, so just looking at the Megaport portal, you can see here we have I have two cloud routers deployed. So I have Demo 1 and Demo 2, and these are in Singapore, in different locations in Singapore. So they're pre-deployed, ready to go. I'm going to now go to the Microsoft Azure portal and deploy or essentially order the ExpressRoute Metro circuit in Singapore. So it's just a matter of creating a new ExpressRoute circuit. And you can see here, Microsoft now shows the different models within the Azure portal. So you can see we have the maximum resiliency model, high resiliency, which is the Metro offering, and standard resiliency, which is just the single POP location. So this is sort of like an automated workflow that if you select one of these, it will order the required circuits for you to deploy. So in this case, we're going to choose high resiliency, which is the Metro model. You can see here, the partner edge is the Megaport network, and we will hand off in two different physical locations where we are connected next to the Microsoft Edge device. So in terms of region, I'm just going to choose Southeast Asia, which is Singapore. I'll call this circuit name SIN1. The port type is provider, so that's using a provider to connect to ExpressRoute. And the peering location, you can see here, because I selected high resiliency, we're only can select the metro locations where that's available. So we'll select Singapore Metro. Provider we'll choose is Megaport. And I'll just choose a low speed here, 50 megabits per second. The SKU here is standard. Now, standard will give you access, this ExpressRoute circuit will give you access to anything within the geopolitical region. If you wanted this ExpressRoute circuit to access all Azure regions globally, you need to choose Premium. The billing model I'll leave as metered. So that's just you're charged on per gigabyte that egresses Azure compared to using unlimited, which is a price for the month for just unlimited data. So we'll just switch through to the end here to review and create. And I'll go ahead and create connection. You can see here it's getting deployed. So while that's deploying, I will just show you how you can look up where these locations are. So we just Google ExpressRoute locations, and we can look at providers by location. So looking at the global commercial Azure location. So you can see here, ExpressRoute POP is the location name. Within the docs, you can see it provides the data center where the ExpressRoute POP is located, the local Azure region. So that's something I didn't touch on in the previous portal, but if you want to run a local, there's something called a local SKU, which will give you access with no egress charges to the local Azure region, but it will only give you access to the local Azure region. And this is showing what region that is, which region is aligned to the local POP. So that will give you all of the information you need to determine where you connect and the capabilities. So we'll just switch back to the ExpressRoute page within the portal. You can see here, looking at the circuit, the peering location, Singapore Metro, provider's Megaport, provider status is not provisioned currently. So we need to take the service key to the Megaport portal, and we'll build out the first connection. So remember, with the circuit, there's two connections, a primary and a secondary. We'll build out the first on demo 1 MCR. So we want to build a cloud VXC. We'll scroll down to select Microsoft Azure, enter the key. You can see here option to build build to the primary or secondary ExpressRoute edge device. So we'll select primary, and in this connection, we're just going to use the private peering, so not the Microsoft public peering, so we won't tick that. Call this VXC1. So we already know it's 50 meg. We'll just put that on no term. Now, the good thing about Megaport Cloud Router is you don't have to enter any IP addressing. Megaport will allocate a 169.254 address to use as just a link local addressing between the cloud router and the Microsoft Edge. So it's a very simple automated workflow process to deploy. And we'll just go ahead and hit order. And I'm going to use the service key to deploy the second connection on the second Megaport cloud router. So we have diverse cloud routers, and we have connections to two different Microsoft ExpressRoute locations using a single circuit. So the circuit is split across, in this case, global switch, and the other one will be SG1, Equinix SG1. So I will take the key again. So just copying the key and selecting Azure. So you can see here the primary, which is going to global switch edge location, is grayed out. So that one's already used. So we can use the second, which is going to Equinix SG1. So we'll call this VXC2 and no term. Now the IP addressing is pushed through. So the IP addressing for the link that Megaport assigns is pushed through to the Azure account for the circuit. So Megaport is using the Azure API to push that configuration through to ExpressRoute, the ExpressRoute configuration. So we don't actually have to configure anything on the ExpressRoute side. So we just take a look again at the circuit. You can see now it's provisioned. So it's received the request from Megaport. So Azure has received that request. It's now provisioned. You can see the IP addressing that Megaport assigned to the circuit has been pushed through to the Azure private peering config. So there's very little you need to do to get this up and running. And we can look at that IP addressing from the Megaport side by just looking at the Azure details. So you can see here, this is what Megaport assigned. We already know the MCR BGP ASN, and Microsoft uses a standard ASN for the ExpressRoute Edge, so we know that. But if you do ever want to edit the addressing, you can edit it through this page, and it will update the Azure side with the updated configuration. So just waiting for those to come up. But from a Microsoft side, that's ready to go. And that may take another couple of minutes to complete on the Megaport side. But that completes today's tech drop-in. So we covered, ExpressRoute, what that is, the different ExpressRoute resiliency models, we've talked about ExpressRoute Metro and how you can have the primary and secondary connections across two different ExpressRoute POP locations, which you couldn't previously do. And we've walked through deploying the ExpressRoute Metro capability in Singapore using the Megaport cloud router across two different Megaport cloud routers. So thanks for joining. That completes the session today. I will just share my details here. So my LinkedIn here is at the bottom of the page, and my email address if you want to reach out if you have any questions about this capability or anything Megaport or cloud networking, please reach out and I will help you out. Thanks a lot.